Who you texting over there?
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. Oh,
$100.
Facebook Marketplace, huh?
Yes, sir.
What's going on in there?
I'm just selling stuff. Selling cards and stuff.
Selling cards? What, Pokemon cards? Football
Pokemon
cards?
and football, yeah.
That's what you've been doing?
There's so much money to be made, and I know nothing about Pokemon cards, but like Scott and I have recently been like finding good deals on Marketplace, and then we'll take them and maybe. So like the other day we bought like probably like almost 2,000 cards for like $80, and then we sold the first 1,000 for 175, and now we're just waiting for the other 1,000 to sell.
Shit, so you're making like a whole business out of it.
Not really. It's just like if you see a good deal.
I mean, you could make a business out of it. I mean, you have a business plan down, so I mean, sounds like it.
It's not really. It's literally just
leisure, hobby.
Yeah, just if I see a good deal and I'm like, oh, I can easily make money on that, then I'll do it. But
I gotcha. I understood. And mostly it's just football and Pokemon. What?
Oh yeah.
What started the Pokemon? You guys were going to McDonald's and they were giving out Pokemon cards?
Well, I was cleaning my room the one day and I found like my old binder from when I was a kid. So I was like, let's see what I can get for it. And it like there wasn't anything special, and so I like someone offered me like $200 for it, and I was like, people are willing to spend ridiculous amounts of money. And right now, for some reason, just the card market in general is like. It exploded because of COVID. I think that's my theory, at least. I think with people getting the stimulus checks and being home so much, I feel like they're watching YouTube videos and like. So I feel
they're
like
probably spending money on like the things that they're interested in.
Yeah. Plus, I also think that because our age was like our age, a little older than us and a little younger, I feel like that was the main group that got into like Pokemon. So I feel like they're getting to an age now where they have real jobs and they have like adult money and like the nostalgia factor. So it's just a really good time to sell. I have no interest in Pokemon and I know nothing about it.
And you haven't had any interest in Pokemon?
Yeah, I mean, like when I buy some lots of cards, like if I think I'm like, oh, this could be worth even more in a few years, I'll hold on to it. So like Pikachu's I've been like holding on to and just putting away in my closet. Because it's like a free investment pretty much, because I sell so say like I buy a lot of 1,000 cards and I find like 5 cards in there and I bought that like I'm like, oh, I think I can make even more money on this in the long run. I'll put those away. Say I got those 1,000 cards for $80 and then I resold it for 175. Like I'm making profit, plus I have like another longer term investment. I could be completely wrong though, but
yeah. But didn't McDonald's do something with cards? Or
yeah, they had like a Happy Meal toy with like these limited edition 25th anniversary ones. So Scott and I went and picked up a few. So we're holding on to them now. They just stopped selling them at McDonald's. So like now we're gonna see what people can get or want to pay. So I sold like 4 already for $40, and we got them for like $2.99 a pack. So
yes, you're paying for McDonald's, and then you're selling these cards that they give you, and you're basically paying for your own meal and future meals, like right? Like, how many cards were you getting? How many cards were you getting?
Scott and I both bought 25 packs each.
Yeah, no, but I like the ones that McDonald's was giving out.
Yeah, we bought 25 packs from McDonald's each.
Oh, they weren't going into the Happy Meals?
They were, but like a lot of people were going and just being like, hey, can I buy like the toys? Because you can buy like the Happy Meal toys on their own. So we went and bought like 25 packs each.
Oh, okay.
But like the thing was, it blew up so much and so many people were doing that, they'd only let you buy 10 packs at a time at most. So we had to go like different days. But damn. Yeah, a lot of people bought them. That's the one thing I'm nervous about. I mean, I didn't spend that much money. I think on all 25, I spent like 90.
Okay. But like that's what I'm saying though. Like if you go and buy a Happy Meal for like how much? Like $3 for a Happy Meal?
I think like $4. I don't know.
Like $4.
I didn't actually buy the meal. I literally just bought the.
Yeah, but like say if you're like hungry, you buy the meal and then you get the pack of Pokemon cards. You sell the Pokemon cards. You're basically paying for your own meal and future meals. So like you're making a profit off of buying Happy Meals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I think is pretty funny. Like, why wouldn't they just sell the Pokemon cards themselves? They have all these Pokemon cards. They can just sell. They can be even making more of a profit. I mean, they kind of are.
They're already making a huge profit.
Yeah,
they're already making a huge profit. It's just that's like the toy that they chose. I don't think they knew it was going to blow up as much as it did. It's just because of how crazy like cards are selling in general. Like a Tom Brady rookie card the other day that was like graded an 8.5 or something sold for over $1 million.
Wait, what kind of card was this? His rookie card?
Tom Brady rookie card, yeah.
Holy crap, damn.
Like, there's a bunch of Tom Brady rookie cards, and you can get other rookie cards for cheap, but this was one of the rare ones, so...
And it's just going to keep going up every time he wins the Super Bowl, huh?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Well, I think COVID and quarantine has had a huge impact on the card market right now, so I feel like right now is a good time to buy if you can find it cheap and sell because people are willing to spend a lot of money, so, like... Last year, I bought like a Jerry Rice rookie card because I love Jerry Rice, and I bought it for $40, and I just sold it for $140 this year. Like, that's how big of a difference the value changed in the span of a year. And I'm trying to think of like other examples. Like last year, I bought a Russell Wilson autograph card because I'm a Seahawks fan for $40, and now that same card's selling for like $200.
And you're getting all this. You're selling all on Facebook Marketplace.
Usually, I didn't sell the Russell Wilson rookie card. I think I'm going to send it in to get graded. Yeah, so, like, let me go back and look, like, at all my sales recently. So, my first lot, like, my actual cards, I sold for, like, $200. Then I sold, like, I had all these rookie cards, like, Mahomes, Brady, or not Brady, no. I want to buy a Brady rookie card. They're really expensive now, all of them. But I had like Drew Brees, Mike Vick, like normal rookie cards. I got them for really cheap, and then I sold them for $300, plus like 7 different Russell Wilson rookie cards, which sell for like $30 each on their own, $20 to $30 ungraded. So yeah, there's just so much, and then I sold like a thing with. I sold like just normal Tom Brady cards, all recent cards for. I probably had like 40 different Tom Brady cards in that one, and I sold it for like $100. And then I sold. Let's see. I had like last year. I bought this guy was selling like he had boxes of just old football cards. I was like, hey, he's selling them for like I think I got it for $30. I was like, I'll see what.
Is this like a yard sale?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I found it on Facebook Marketplace last year, but I was like, I'll see if there's anything good because you never know if there's going to be like a crazy rookie card in there that you didn't know about. Yeah. So I took out the cards that I wanted for my own collection, and then I just sold it recently for $200.
Oh damn!
I spent $40 on it, and someone was willing to buy buy it for $200 for like just old cards.
Wait, what was the $200?
That's what he bought. The guy bought those same cards after I went through.
So you bought you.
I bought like
you bought the card set for like $40.
Yeah,
and then just turn around and put it on Facebook Marketplace for $200.
Well, yeah, I literally put because when I'm selling, I don't put a price because say I put $100 on it, and I was like, I'd be happy getting $100, and then someone's like, I'll do it for $100. I would have done it for $200. Then I miss out on $100. So I put send best offer, and then they send me their best offer.
That's good.
That's good. And then there was another thing of Pokemon cards that sold. I think I got $400 for those.
How many Pokemon cards did you go through?
Like, I've just been when I find a good like deal, I'll be like, I'll buy them, and then I'll just literally just put them right back up on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, so I've been buying. So, like, the card shop that I go to has, like, a bunch of Tom Brady cards. I bought all of them now, but I was buying them for, like, 25 cents a piece. So, then the other day, I posted 60 Tom Brady cards, and they sold. So, 60, that means I would spend between, like, 20 and... I spent 20 and... between $20 to $30 on them at the card shop, and then I just resold them for $125. Then... then the ones that Scott and I did together, the Pokemon cards that just sold, we spent $80, sold half of it so far for $175. We have the other half on Facebook Marketplace now, so we're waiting to see what will.
Is that the only thing that you've been selling is football cards and Pokemon cards?
Yeah, just because the market's so good on them. I mean, when you find like a deal and you like right now, it's like it's pretty much guaranteed money. Like it's not like, and you don't have to wait long. I mean, this one we have up there now is probably the longest I've waited, and it's only been like 6 days since we posted it. So,
and you think COVID is doing a better job? Like,
I think it's
affecting card shopping better.
Yeah, it's making it better. I think people are watching people like Gary Vee. Like, you know how Gary Vee is really into cards? I think they watch him and they're idiots and they think like, oh, I could buy this card. It's going to get graded a 10, but it's so hard to get a card graded a 10. And like the difference between like a Tom Brady rookie 10 and a Tom Brady rookie 9 is thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So they're just like, a lot of people like think like are trying to get money fast and they're doing it the wrong way. Like the way I'm doing it, you're actually getting money fast because like you're not.
Like, and going from a 10 to a 9 doesn't look like that different.
No,
it doesn't.
I mean, but the difference between a 10 and a 9 might be like there's a little printing error, like a little line that the printer made on the card, or just like a little dot.
And it's so minuscule too.
The difference between a 10 and a 7 or a 6, you can barely tell the difference.
Yeah, I remember going to Canton and looking at all the football cards there, and then like they would have like the gradings of like 10, 9, and 8. I'm like, how does the 8? The same. Look anything different than the 10, but I mean, like if you look really, really close, there's like those minuscule.
That's why when I buy from my collection, I don't care about 10s because, like, for example, like why am I going to spend $2,000 on a Tom Brady rookie 10?
Yeah.
When I could get a Tom Brady rookie 6 for $100. Like I still have that Tom Brady card. That's what I care about. I don't care that it may have like one dinged corner or something.
Yeah. And it's gotta be hard to keep a card to be like a 10 throughout all these years. You would have to put it in like a glass case.
Unless you pull it out of the pack and send it in immediately.
Okay.
Because then they put it in like a slab that you can't even open, so it's like gonna stay that condition.
Okay. Yeah, but you also like want to like the corners if you're pulling, things
out, and no matter what, there's sometimes, like I said, printing errors where like the machine that makes the cards might leave like the littlest little dot on it, and that'll like make it not a 10.
Yeah.
Or the centering's off, so another printing error. So like there's lines on the side of the card sometimes. So if the one's just a little bit smaller than the other because the centering was off, not a 10.
Fossils, cards. What other collectibles are you into?
That's about it.
Fossils and cards.
Yeah,
and like other memorabilia, I would say, right? Jerseys and things.
Yeah, I mean, I buy Seahawks jerseys and stuff. I have like my Russell Wilson autographed helmet. I have a Steve Largent autographed helmet. I have.
See, like Scott has a lot of collectibles. Has he been selling like other things besides?
He just sells his like anything he can. He's money hungry.
Has he been selling his?
He's been like for last year. He was like, I'm gonna collect Funko Pops, and he was like, that's right. But the thing is, Scott's not patient enough to do an investment like that, because like if you want to make money on Funko Pops, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I think you have to hold on to it for a few years. So he literally bought them and was trying to sell them for like
immediately.
Yeah, he bought them just last year and he's already selling them, and like he's asking for the same amount that he got for them. But what he's not realizing is on eBay, like just for making a listing, they take money out right there, or they charge you a fee. Then once you sell it, they take a percentage of that. So technically him selling it for the same amount he bought it for, he's losing money.
You need like a book or something, like a training manual of how to sell
it's literally just common sense.
Collectibles 101, selling collectibles 101.
Scott's just dumb. He's not patient enough for it. Like literally we bought the McDonald's packs and I was like, Scott, you literally just got to put them away in your closet, wait a few months, and like we bought them for $3 a pack. You'll be able to sell them for at least $10 a pack.
Yeah.
And literally a week goes by and he already has them listed. Like they're still selling them at McDonald's. Why is someone gonna buy them from you moron? I can't stand them.
Whoa! Don't get canceled here.
He's not smart when it comes to that.
Yeah,
he's not patient enough. That's his thing. I think he knows what he's doing is dumb. It's just he's not patient. So I mean, but if you're not a patient person, you can still invest and still make money. Like the Pokemon card thing. Literally just buy a box for like $50, put it in a binder. Like, because that's the way you really make money. So the box that we bought for $80, it came in a box. So all the cards were just loose. Like, you didn't know what was there. So what I did was I, like, put them in an actual binder and took pictures. $175. And I spent, for half the cards, not even all the cards. And I spent $80 on it. Or, I forget, maybe, or no, Scott and I spent $100 on it. Sorry, I was wrong. I was thinking about another one. The one that I did with Scott, him and I spent $100 on, but we just sold half the cards for $175.
Damn. Shit. What else have you been up to with like the long break that we've had of our podcast?
I started a new job.
That's right. How are you liking that?
I like it a lot so far.
You also graduated between the time, right?
No, I don't think so.
I
maybe.
I think our last podcast you were about to graduate.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I graduated.
No ceremony, right? You didn't have a ceremony.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, COVID still happened. That's shitty.
Yeah, I graduated. I found a job.
That's good. Like almost immediately, right? Like,
yeah,
like
I mean,
fast.
I even like it wasn't even like I started putting out applications before I graduated or like right after. I waited like a little bit. I wasn't like in too much of a rush, but then I saw like a job listing come up that like fit me perfectly. Like I've always wanted to work at a nonprofit. Like I almost dropped out of school, or not dropped out, maybe switched my major because I was like, why am I in the business field? Like I'm not going to feel fulfilled from doing that. And I was like, but I also like don't want to have wasted all this money. So so like working for a nonprofit was a way that I figured I'd be able to feel fulfilled while also not needing to switch my major, spend more money, waste money. So it's a nonprofit that helps kids with autism. Okay. So, and then my job title's business operations specialist. So far I've been running one of the websites, and
that's good.
I'm just starting to do HR stuff, which is weird because I'm a marketing major, but the HR stuff's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, but like the thing is about like marketing major. I mean, like there's a lot of shade. There's a lot of shade that goes, onto marketing and like business and like administration. But the thing is, like, there's kids like us that, I mean, like, we have passion in things, but you can't, like it's those passions that we have that you can't really major in. Like, you like collectibles and everything.
Yeah, collectibles.
And you also like archaeology, but you'll never major in that because there isn't much money that goes into it. It's more of like a leisure thing.
That's exactly it. Like fossils. Like, I would love to be a paleontologist and like going around finding fossils, but it's too hard to find a job. Two, how are you gonna have a family if you're traveling constantly? Yeah. And like, say like it would be a cool job for now, but like I have to think about the future too. Like, am I just gonna like go from being a paleontologist to finding another decent job to have a family?
Yeah.
No.
And you and like you don't want to go into accounting because you don't want to be like in a desk like all day. And I feel like those kinds of majors like accounting and like engineering, it's like it almost seems like that you're stuck, in
one field. It's not broad enough. You can't change it.
So like marketing, I mean, like, marketing they say is like that dumb major. Like that's like the major that people go for because like they're dumb.
They say business administration in general.
Well, I mean,
but I think people that go for business administration, as long as you're not spending like I finished debt free, so I think it was awesome.
Yeah,
like I was able to pay it off as I went. I think if you go for business administration and you go straight to a 4-year and you're spending like $50,000 a year, I think you're an idiot. I think you'll be able to find a job, but you're going to be in so much debt afterwards. Yeah, stupid.
Me.
No, you're not. You didn't spend $50,000 a year. I mean,
you
could have done it better for sure, but
yeah,
I mean, you're definitely better off than a lot of people.
Yeah,
but business administration is cool because it's so broad. Like if I went for accounting, like I would have had to. I think it would have been a lot tougher to find a job so fast because you have to find that specific field. Whereas being a business administration major with a focus in marketing, like you can do any business thing. Or like say I wanted to go into event planning, I could have done that. Say I wanted to do like social media marketing, I could have done that. Say I wanted to do like hotel management. I mean, even though I didn't go to school specifically for hospitality management,
you can basically go into any management role.
It's so broad, and you're so like you get such a like well-rounded education, I guess. Like even
Unless if you have like a passion in like engineering, mechanical engineering, chemical, and like nursing and things like that.
I think engineering is actually a really good field to go into.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like there's with technology and stuff now, even though it's more narrowed down, I feel like there's so many.
But like someone who doesn't have passion in those things, and
if you're just chasing the money,
and like a person that doesn't like want to feel like that they're gonna have to sit like in a desk like for the rest of their life. I feel like business administration or marketing is one of those fields that is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, my job now, a lot of it's sitting but I'm working from home, which is cool. I mean, it has its pros and cons. Like pros, like there's not as much rushing around in the morning. Like I'm in the comfort of my home. I save a lot of money. I'm not commuting anywhere, so I'm saving a lot of gas money and stuff. But then the con is, like, I went from being a bartender where, like, it's probably one of the most social jobs there is, like, to being in my room alone working. Like, I'll have business call or, like, business meetings and stuff over Zoom, but it's not, like, that same interaction with a customer. So that's probably been the only thing that, like, I'm trying to adjust to. But, like, I'm liking it a lot so far. It's cool. I really like the people that I work with.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, company culture, the people that you work with. That's part of the reasons why I like stay. If I don't typically like the people that I work with, I don't really stay there as long.
If you don't like the people you're working with, even if you love what you're doing, you're not gonna enjoy the job.
Yeah, because I mean, like a lot of the stuff that I have to do, or like what I had to do. I had to, talk to people around, my company. I really honestly didn't really care for them as much. So, that makes me, not want to stay, and I lose motivation and I don't feel happy. And it's all about, having that happiness, chasing your happiness.
That's the thing that I realized throughout college. Because when we went into college, I chose business administration because I thought there was money to be made. But like as I got through college and matured, I realized you're not going to be happy if you're just chasing the money. Because that's why I almost like dropped out / changed my major, because like I was like, I'm not going to be happy like doing something like that. But luckily I was able to find like a little loophole and found out that I like want to do work for like nonprofit work, and like so far I've really like enjoyed it, even though I'm still doing business aspects of things. Like just knowing that the work that I'm doing is going to helping people, like it really helps me a lot.
That's good. It makes you feel like that you have a purpose in life. And honestly, like that's like one of the reasons why I wake up in the morning like easy, is because I feel like that I have a purpose in this world. And for someone that is working with autistic, like autism, and like working for a non-profit, you feel important. You feel like that you have a purpose in this world, and it drives you to do what you like. It drives you to wake up every morning and do whatever you want to do and make you happy.
And we talked about it in past podcasts. I'm not experiencing what you've experienced, where you're like, I miss college. I love it so far. I mean, like working a 9 to 5 is awesome, because before I was working like 11 to 8. So like I'd get out super late, which I guess I could have like changed up on my own, but like that's kind of like a college job, being like a waiter, bartender, because you did the same thing. So but like I like that. I don't remember the last time, like this is my first weekend with the new job. I started on Monday, but like the fact that I have 2 days off in a row is such a weird feeling. Like I don't remember the last time, unless like I specifically requested off for vacation or something happened. Like I don't remember the last time I've like worked and actually had 2 days off in a row, because usually it was like school Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then working Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So like I had one thing or the other usually going on every day, but now I just have like 2 days completely free to myself. I don't have to like do homework on the days off. It's just I really like it so far. I don't miss.
Yeah, I mean, my experience is a lot different, just because like my job, kills me like throughout the week. It's just like, like I'm working like all these hours, like focus, like from like 9 to like 6, 9 to 7, most days. And then by the time it's the weekend, I'm like slumped, I'm pooped. I don't want to do anything, and like, But like I try to go out, I try to do things, but it's just, I mean, like I still even work on the weekends too.
Okay.
Company A, you know, was the same way. As Company B is like they like slumped me. But
that's exactly what I told you when you first got that job. It was like, I'm kind of like, the one thing about graduating college that I was nervous about was like getting a salary job, because they can really take advantage of you. But luckily the job that I found, I can't, like, it's such a good company. Like the way that they like treat their employees, like I'm salaried, so like say I have a doctor's appointment one morning and I'm like, hey, can I like start at 12 instead of 9? They're like, yeah, that's fine, like as long as I don't have like a meeting or something. And then like I'm specifically 9 to 5, like they don't expect me to work after 5.
Yeah, but like nonprofits, I feel like are so much different when it's, you know, when you're dealing with a company that is in profit, because they are based around making revenue, making money.
But that's the thing.
And they want
that's
you
the thing that
work as hard as you can so we can make even more money.
That's the thing that people don't.
It's more laid back.
That's the thing people don't realize about nonprofits, though, is they still have to make money.
I mean, yeah,
and they're still trying to make as much money as they can, because
but they also have assistance, don't they?
What do you mean?
Like through like donations and things like
government,
that.
Yeah, they get like government, what is it called? Grants and stuff, yeah. But I mean, they still need to make money. They still want to make as much money as they can, because like the thing with nonprofits is you're still trying to make a lot of money. Yeah, it's just a normal company. If you have like $1 million extra profit at the end of the year, which is obviously a completely random number, it would be way more. But that would go to the CEO. The CEO he could take it for himself, or he could reinvest it into the company. Whereas a nonprofit, like that profit you make at the end of the year, you have to reinvest into your company. Yeah. So you're still trying to make money because you want your nonprofit to grow. You want to help as many people as you can.
Yeah, but there's assistance there in nonprofit as well. Like if there's like companies like Company A and Company B, they don't really have much assistance, so they have to also worry about the fact that they could shut down, especially with COVID going on. A lot of companies, profit companies are, have a large stick up their ass because, COVID's happening and the market is just uncertain. There's just there's uncertainty all over the place, and people are just worried. People are anxious. Companies are anxious, and that's I just think with my experience of coming out of college, I think there's just a large stick up people's ass.
I think some of them, but I feel like
with nonprofits, I think it's a little bit different because there's an assistance.
Yeah, there. I'm sure, but you still can't treat your employees poorly.
I know.
You can't take advantage of them like that. And the thing is too, with my job now, as I was like going over the HR stuff, if I do work more than 40 hours a week, I can let them know and fill out a sheet, and they will pay me the time and a half.
Okay.
So like good. They will pay me like extra for working. The extra time.
And honestly, nonprofit is probably a great way to start off going into after college, just to give you that like sense of working before you go into like a company like mine where they are pounding work after work on you and just piling it on. So
yeah, I mean, I've been getting a lot of work.
I mean, yeah, you get a lot of work, but like, I mean, there's pressures there with Company A and Company
I don't think
B.
I'll ever want to work for a for-profit company. I think I'm gonna stay with, like, even if I don't plan on leaving the company that I'm at now. I'm hoping that I'll be able to continue growing, and from like talking with the CEO and stuff, because that's pretty much what my job right now is. Pretty much.
I wonder how much room of advancement there is in your job.
That's the thing. It's such okay, so the company started 30 years ago, or the nonprofit, and it's just been growing and growing. So for a while, it was like the guy that started it was this world-renowned child psychiatrist, and he wasn't exactly business-minded. So recently, like 8 years ago, the new CEO that's here now took over. And it's the growth that they've seen is like extraordinary. So it's really growing. Like they hired me, this other kid, and like 2 other people recently. So it's just, I think there's a lot of room for growth because there's not that many people. They're growing really fast.
Yeah.
So I feel like I got in early enough that like if it really, really takes off, I think there will be. Okay,
that's good.
And that's why I told him in the interview. He asked like what's important for me when finding while I've been looking for a job, and I said like I'm not like the type like a lot of people are nowadays that like just go to a place for a year, get experience, and then move on to the next better thing. Like, I want to stay with a company and grow with that company. And he said that there would be room to grow. And
that's good.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be good. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the one company I work for.
Yeah, I mean, like I would love to stick with one company like all
I wish things were still like that, like because like that's how it used to be, and companies used to invest in you. So like companies used to be like, hey, Brennan, we just hired you. Like after like 6 months, what if we paid for you to go get your master's? And like you used to have all those opportunities. But now companies won't do that because why are they going to pay all that money for you to go get your master's and then you just leave?
Yeah, that's right.
So like the greediness of some people, like being like, yeah, I'm going to go here for a year, get experience, find another job, like that kind of ruined it for everyone because now they don't. A lot of companies don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I don't know. For me, like I do want to stick with a company, you know, for as long as I can. It's just management, you know, can also be like very, you know, harsh, and, you know, the people around you can, you know, start being annoying, or, you know, things like that can like happen. Like there could be things that go on, you know, within the time that you're there, and things may not, you know, work out, and then you want to move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I'm more of a very loyal person. Like I stick as long as you continue to treat me well. I'm going to continue doing everything I can.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all about that loyalty and that respect. I feel like respect is the big thing. If I feel like that I am no longer respected in a company, I will leave. Yeah,
and I don't blame you. I think anyone should if you feel underappreciated.
My big thing is respect, and if there is just a better opportunity to make more money somewhere else that I know that I will be good at. Those are really the two big things.
What would you do if you were working for one company and they're treating you with respect, treating you really well, and say you're getting paid like $60,000 a year, and they told you that there's room to grow, but you've only been there for a year, so you say you know that in like the next like year you'll get a promotion of some kind, or you have another company that's like, hey, we'll pay you $80,000 to come here right now. What are you gonna do?
And the company that I'm with right now is respecting. Like,
they're treating you really well, and like they're like Brennan, like we want to promote you and stuff. We just need to wait for the right time.
And I like what I'm doing. I enjoy what I do.
Yeah, say you'll enjoy.
I'm good at what I do.
And the other job that like you found that's like $80,000, you'll also like it's something else you like.
I'll definitely stay for the 20,000. Yeah, I'll definitely stay for the 20,000 because the thing is, you don't know, because you know what's going on with this company. You know that you like everybody here. You've made strong connections with people here. And you go to some place where you can get $80,000, like an extra $20,000. You don't really know. You don't really know if management's gonna be cool, if you're gonna be respected like you are in the original company. So yeah, I wouldn't go for another 20,000.
That's not how I thought about it. I mean, I think that's a good thought process, and it's true. But like, I was just thinking, like, as long as they're still presenting me the room to grow, like, I'm not just gonna bail on this company that invested in me and like gave me a shot out of all the applicants they had. So like, it's more so like a loyalty thing for me. Like, as long as like you're gonna continue to respect me, and like I'm not like stuck and just gonna be that one position with no growth. Like, as long as you can tell me eventually down the road you are gonna like give me that growth, like I'm gonna stay with you. I mean, obviously it gets to a point where like maybe you're there for 4 years and you still haven't seen growth, and like you might realize it's time to move on. But
like I'm like a very loyal person. Like I've been with the company for 3 years, like for like a corporation for 3 years, and I was loyal to them. And then, you know, COVID was happening, and, you know, I wasn't being treated very well, especially with like the changes going on in the world, and everyone just having that stick up their ass. And I just felt like I was no longer respected, and I just felt like I was a robot for them, an email dumpster, as you can say. And I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And you're not really paying me as much, you know, anyway. So as I want, and I feel like I'm much better than what this is. And so I left that company, and I moved on to a better company, I think, in some ways. And they were paying me a little bit more better, and but like I'm a very loyal person. As long as I'm respected and I'm being compensated,
I mean, like this job that I just left, like I had that since high school, since sophomore year of high school, except like it's not like I had the same thing. It's just like they promoted me a few times throughout the years. So like I kept seeing the growth. They treated me really well. And I was really sad to leave there because they treated me really well. Like they created an internship just for me. Like they don't do internships, but like they saw how, like I asked them and they were like, we'll help you out. We'll give you like,
and they saw that like you were graduating and you were there for a long time for them to do that.
And they appreciated me. Like that's the kind of respect you like to see. Like the fact that they were willing to do that just for me, like it meant a lot. So I think in the long run, I think companies should really, I think treating your employees well is really important because I think you're going to get like the best work from them. You're not going to have to, like one of the biggest expenses is hiring new people.
Yeah.
Because you have to go through all that training and everything and the whole process.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think in the long run, treating your employees well. Another thing that's weird about having like a real salaried full-time job now, the holidays that I get off. Like I was looking through it, like Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I've never had that off before.
You get that off?
I get Thanksgiving off, and then I get the day after Thanksgiving off.
Wow.
I get like all the normal ones too, but like even just like the day after Thanksgiving, I couldn't believe that. Like I usually have to work on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it's like it's weird. I don't know.
Labor Day.
Yeah, I mean I get Labor Day off. I usually worked Labor Day.
They don't have a Columbus Day anymore, right?
I don't know. It might have got canceled.
Columbus got canceled. Christopher Columbus got canceled.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm really enjoying like being out of school. I haven't started to experience what you experience or you're experiencing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like when I first started, my jobs for the first week, I mean, it went smoothly, it went fine. Maybe a little bit down the road, probably like in a month, you'll probably experience it. But I mean, I don't really expect it from a nonprofit. It's a different industry. It's a different world over there than like a for-profit company. So I just think whenever like you hear for-profit, there's a lot of pressures going on. I don't think that there's much pressure in nonprofit as there is in a for-profit.
The thing is, though, I feel like there's also a lot of pressure for a nonprofit because one, it's such a good job that like you want to hold up your end of the deal. Like you want to work your butt off to not be replaced by someone else. So there's pressure that way. There's pressure in the sense of,
I mean, that's also for profit as well too.
I guess, replaced. Yeah, but I feel like the way that, like, how you're saying like a for-profit won't treat you as well as a non-profit will. But I also feel like I'm sure there's plenty of nonprofits that treat their employees badly, and there's a lot of profits.
Yeah.
I think it just matters on the management style. I think it depends on what they value because I feel like some companies value the money aspect, and some people, and then there's like different ways to go about getting that money. Some people think it's all about productivity, whereas maybe some people that like think more about the longevity.
Yeah.
And like treating your employees well, because if you treat your employees well, they're going to want to come into work. They're going to want to work hard for you.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on the company style, management style. And I think some people really would rather work in an atmosphere like you're in, where there's like a lot of pressure and a lot expected from them.
In the beginning, in the beginning,
I think a lot of people like that. Yeah. I think there's people that like that. They like that pressure. I think it makes them work harder. I think there's people out there that when there isn't pressure put on them, they'll just take the easy route. They'll do the minimum. I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those people where like I feel like you should always give your 100% at everything, because what's the point of doing it if you're not? But then I think there's also people like, why am I going to do above and beyond if it's not expected of me?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's a good point.
So why did you leave the company B? What were your reasons?
Company B, just it was a toxic work environment, honestly.
I remember sending you job listings, and I was like, he's not going to last there just because I could see how they were treating you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a toxic work environment. They were very very cheap, highly understaffed. We had so many clients that we had to attend to, and like I was in marketing, and I was the marketing department. It was just one person, me. And
how many people were you doing marketing for? Because it was a real estate company. Right?
Yeah, it was a real estate company.
So you were doing the marketing for the company itself, and then for each individual agent, right?
Yeah. So the company and each individual agent. It was just me. I was the only person. We were also going through these mergers where it was like we tripled our agent lists.
So how many were there?
So we started off with about 25. And then we went up to almost 80.
Wow.
80 people. Yeah.
They hired you right in there, so they were like, oh, it's not that bad. And then they were like, hey, you're screwed.
They hired me 2 weeks before those mergers.
Did they tell you about the mergers that were going to happen? And did they make it, if they did they make it known how crazy it was going to be?
They told me about the mergers my first day of work.
Oh, so after they had already hired you?
Yeah, it wasn't even during the interview process. They told me on my first day of work that there's going to be mergers in places in New Jersey, big places where there was a lot of agents.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me that there's going to be weeks where you're going to have to work probably 60 hours a week, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with working.
I mean, I get that when you're because you kind of have to earn your spot almost.
Yeah.
We're just getting out of school, so there are going to be some days.
I totally get that, but it was nearly 60 hours a week every week, and it was just where what's happening here? Why? And the thing was, we were merging with 2 offices, and they were supposed to be a month between each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was. 1 week we had to pick up one office, which had about 25 people in it. And then the following week, we merged with another office that had about 38 agents in it. So there wasn't much room in between. And on top of that, half of our office got COVID.
No.
So we were highly understaffed. There were people working from home. There's just so much that you can do, working from home with something like this, and it's just we weren't ready for back-to-back weeks of merging with different offices.
When you got COVID, didn't they not even pay you for the work you did while you were at home?
Yeah. So for 1 week, they didn't want to pay me because they thought that they had already been obligated in paying me for my PTO days. I never took a PTO.
Maybe it was because you were still new, so you hadn't accrued them yet. Because a lot of companies, you have to once you first start, a lot of companies will be okay, after 1 month of being there, you get 2 paid time off days. After 2 months, you build up another 3 or 4. And
yeah.
So maybe that was why. Maybe it was because you had been there such a short period of time. You hadn't built them up yet. But still, if they're expecting you to work from home, they should be paying you. Even if it's not paid time off time, they should be compensating you.
I worked 60 out nearly 60 hours 1 week. All 3 weeks when I had COVID working from home.
Yeah.
And they're telling me that, for 1 week, we're not going to pay you because we feel like...
Oh, so they paid you for 2 weeks that you were off, but then not the third week?
Yeah.
Well, that's still... so that's where your paid time off went, I'm guessing. They paid you for the... But I still don't get why it counts as paid time off if you're not off. You're still working.
Yeah, I was still working.
So that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then didn't they make you buy Canva? You had to pay for your own subscription for Canva and Microsoft Office?
I had to pay for my own subscriptions to perform marketing services for them. So I had to pay for my own Canva, had to pay for my own Adobe Photos Creative Suite, which I had already. I had to pay for my own Microsoft Office, and I also had to pay for one social campaign because they were having trouble, putting in the billing information for it, and we were wasting a lot of time trying to figure that out. So I just had to take the bulls by the horns and just using my own goddamn card to, put.
Did they reimburse you for it eventually?
They haven't reimbursed me for that yet.
How much was it?
I just only put like $10 down just to like have a paid social media. No, like a paid boost for them.
Oh, okay.
Because like they told me that we need to boost out this social media post.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sure. Did it for you. Here's a step-by-step guide of how to punch in the billing information so you can do it. Because the guy didn't want to give me his card to do it. So I was just like, okay, here's a step-by-step. He couldn't do it. And, it was just like there was bad communication all around. I tried to get a hold of him. Wasn't hearing from anything from him.
Sketchy company.
So then I was just like, hey, I'm just going to do it myself because this is something that you asked me to do, and I'm going to do it. Yeah. And if it means me having to pay for it just to get it in on time, I'm going to do it. So I put $10 down just to boost it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put $300 of what they wanted, but I put $10 down on my own because I had a feeling I had a feeling that if I was going to put $300 down, they were still not going to reimburse me. So good thing I only put $10 down because they still haven't reimbursed me for that. So yeah,
and then Microsoft Office alone is expensive because I know I just got a whole new laptop and had to get Microsoft Office for it, and it was like an extra $125.
Honestly, but like one pro that came out of it was I got some great experience. Like Company A did not give me any good. Yeah,
because you were kind of doing like
I was just doing a bunch of like administrative tasks, and I wasn't learning much, and I was just like I need to like. I'm graduating now, and I know that there's a lot more that I need to learn because college they teach you so much. They don't teach you anything really hands on.
That's how a lot of people learn best too. I mean, there's some people that can really retain information they learn through reading and stuff, but I'm definitely one of the people that like information really sticks with me if I'm actually performing the task. I don't learn well.
But I mean, I learned a lot from Company B. That's one great thing that I will say. That I learned a lot, like from them.
Yeah,
a lot about being a marketer. I got in touch with vendors, publications, billboards. I got to do social media posts using social media software. I was able to create ads, make copy. I was also doing email campaigns and landing pages and things like that, working on CRM. I never learned any CRM when I did my internship and working for Company A.
Yeah.
And like that's something that's big in the marketing field. You have to learn. You got to know CRM systems when it comes to because digital marketing is really fucking high right now. Like
that's what the times
and especially with the pandemic, social media and digital marketing. First of all, social media is like the main source of.
I think that's
of
the
how
best
people
form
get their,
of marketing too because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's so cheap to market on social media.
Yeah, and then digital marketing also as well too, creating landing pages and making email blasts and putting ads on media websites. You know, like how if you go like on the Wall Street Journal or you go on dailynews.com, they have like a banner or something. Yeah. So yeah, it's also things like that, keeping track of like how well your website is doing, the behavior, going on Google Analytics. I was doing all of that from this job. Also, I was doing some of that with my uncle's IT company, which I got a lot of. Honestly, I got a lot of good experience from.
Did you
Company
finish those 100 hours now?
I did not finish those 100 hours.
How many more do you have?
Me. What?
How many more do you have?
I stopped keeping track around like 75, but I know.
So you're almost there. Just knock it out in one day.
No. Like I have 75 hours left, but no, I really only have like 60 hours left because I stopped keeping track.
Why haven't you been doing that now? You should have been grinding that while you're.
I mean,
while you're looking for your new job.
I mean, like the thing is, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna do it. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on in my mind right now. But yeah, no, it's just he hates me right now. I mean, like, he doesn't hate me right now, but like
I don't blame him.
He wants me to do it, and
it's been what, almost a year now since you got the laptop from him.
No, it's been like
it's almost a year.
7-8 months. No, it's been like 8 months.
When did you get it? Do you remember what month? Because I could have sworn you got it before summer last year.
No, it was like like June.
Was it?
Yeah.
So it's coming up on a year then.
Yeah, it's coming up. But like, I mean, I did gain a lot of experience from Company B, and that's something that I am grateful for. And I feel like that now that I'm gone from Company B, I can find a really good job. However, the job market right now, and especially in marketing, is very, very, very competitive. But I am confident in my ability to find a job with all the experience that I have, because of the experience that I was able to gain. I don't feel like a lot of people coming out of college was able to get.
I'm telling you, look for the less likely jobs, or like the less obvious jobs. Don't go for the jobs that everyone's going to go for. I mean, I guess you could throw an application out there too, but like I feel like those smaller companies, like that's where you should go, because like there's so much room to grow. You can grow with that company. Whereas if you're in like an already, like Fox, didn't you say you applied to like Fox?
Yeah, applied to like 7 or 8 positions.
I feel like Fox is going to be really tough to grow in.
Why?
Because it's so competitive.
I mean,
and they're already well established. Like for there to be growth, there won't be as much expansion with Fox as there would be a small company that's expanding. So like with Fox, like there might be a guy that like just got hired. He's like, say 45 years old, and he's going to have that job for the rest of his, like until he retires.
But the thing is about Fox, working for Fox is, like a media
it's good to have, and it's
like
good to have on your resume.
Yeah, and it's also, it's not just that. Like, I'm doing this podcast, and fucking enjoy doing this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
It's fun.
It's been a long time.
If I'm working, doing that, making money, I mean, advancement, I really wouldn't care for, because I'm doing something that I enjoy and I love.
Yeah, but eventually you're gonna want. So say they hire you.
It's not going to be as frequent.
Say they hire you at like 40,000 a year. Like no one wants to be at 40,000 a year. Like you're gonna want, like especially as you grow, because like right now you like don't have as many expenses as you will have eventually. Like as you get older, you accrue more expenses, and if you find like a girl and eventually get married and have kids, I know like that's not like your set plan right now, but plans change.
But I mean, you're not going to be stuck at $40,000 for, especially for a company like Fox. I don't feel like you'll stay at $40,000 for more than 2 or 3 years. You
never know.
I don't really, like, if I'm doing something that I love and enjoy, I don't really care about the frequency of the advancement. I would like there to be advancement.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't care for how frequent I advance.
Yeah,
really,
no,
because
I
I'm
get
doing, first of all, I'm doing something that I really enjoy, and I'm also working in some place, like, it's in New York City. Some of them are in California. But if I'm working in New York City, I've always wanted to work in New York City.
What have you noticed a lot of starting salaries are at right now? For like while you're applying, what are a lot of companies offering?
A lot of them, well, like for like entry levels, it's roughly between like 35 and 45.
I got really lucky with mine. I was shocked when I saw how much they were offering for entry level. Yeah, no, but maybe that's the good thing about working for a nonprofit, because like if it's a for-profit, they're like, we want to hire people as cheaply as we can. Whereas a nonprofit's like, it's not like we can keep that profit anyways. We might as well pay our employees well, and so maybe. Good.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was saying before. That like working for a nonprofit is probably a good idea for a
entry level position.
Yeah, for an entry level position, or someone that is working, or like coming out of college working.
Yeah.
So like I think you made a really great decision on applying for a nonprofit and sticking to their offer.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that nonprofits, like I thought I was going to be making no money, because I feel like there's like a misconception that like nonprofit equals like no money coming in equals not paying well. Like there were people when I first got hired, I was like, yeah, I got hired at a nonprofit, like I'm going to be and they're like, why would you work at a nonprofit? You need to make money. And I'm like, they're paying me really well. Yeah. So that, like, I feel like there's that misconception. So maybe that's why a lot of people don't go for nonprofits right away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would love a position to open up at the company I'm at now, and then you get a job there.
Oh, that would be sick. Like I work for but like what?
Imagine if we get like an apartment together too, and like we're both just working from the apartment.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Yeah. What time is it? How How long have we been doing this podcast for?
It's 8.
So, what, it's been like a half an hour?
No, it's been a little over half an hour.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, yeah, it has been, because we started exactly at 7, I noticed. So, yeah, it's been an hour.
It's been an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, so, like, what else has been going on since our break?
Scott, we don't know if Scott's coming back to the podcast.
Scott didn't come back to the podcast, guys. He will. He'll be a guest again.
Thing with Scott, but the thing with Scott is like, he's not someone that commits to things. He's very flaky. Mm-hmm. So like, that's why when he first said like, I want to be a part of the podcast, like I'm going to be there every week. I even told you, and I told him too, like we were sitting around here and I was like, okay, Scott, this will last for a month and then you're going to like get bored. He has the attention span of a squirrel. So, so I wasn't surprised, but who knows? I mean, that kid's mind is all over the place. He could come back tomorrow.
I got into a car accident.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was fun.
What kind of was that? Your Subaru that I parked behind?
Yeah, the hatchback. You hate hatchbacks.
Was it a hatchback? I didn't look. I couldn't tell if it was a hatchback or an SUV.
No, you thought it was an SUV?
I only saw it from
small car.
I only saw it from the back. So like, you know how mine's technically an SUV, but like it's pretty small for an SUV. Like that's I thought it might have been that. I was gonna say you went from having the same exact car as Scott to having the Subaru version of mine.
Yeah, so I mean, going back to this car accident, I was actually coming from work because, God, I've gone through so much crap with this job. But anyways, I was boss calls us all in.
It was on the day of that really bad snowstorm.
Yeah, right? It was the last snowstorm here in New Jersey, and it was weird because I woke up, 7:00 in the morning. Got ready, whatever, and then I head over to to my job at like around like 8:30 to get there at 9. No snow anywhere, not even a drop.
Yeah, I remember that morning because I was supposed to work at 11, and I woke up at I remember waking up at 7, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna be good to go into work, and then I went back to sleep for a little bit, and when I woke up, it was snowing all over.
So by the time I got to my job at like 9 o'clock. It started to snow a little bit, and like every Thursday we had like a meeting. This meeting was an hour and a half long. I don't know why we have these long meetings, but anyways, we had this long meeting, and then by the time the meeting ended, there was already like 6 inches like on the ground, and I'm just like, what the hell? What's going on? Like, can we go home? Yeah. Boss tells me, okay, yeah, you can go home. This is like around like 11 o'clock now, and not even 200 feet away from the office, I go around a slight bend. Yeah. And I tap
Did you hit black eye? Oh, you
tap on.
Did you hit it hard? That's like what you're not supposed to do in the snow. Are you sure you didn't hit the brakes hard?
I didn't hit the brakes hard at all. It was just
you're supposed to like just lightly tap in the snow.
Yeah. I lightly tapped it. Next thing I know, the back 2 tires of my car are leading the car, and I smack into a guardrail. It was literally I wasn't getting any feedback from the car. It's not like when you press on the brake pedal, like it like makes that like noise or you feel like shakiness. There was no shakiness.
You just slipped. Your tires locked up and you just slipped.
Yep, and I had no control, and I just smacked into the guardrail. Didn't do anything to the guardrail. Nothing. It was
all damaged.
But it totaled my car. Yeah. It the airbags didn't deploy or anything, so that's a good sign.
I wonder if that's because it was a back end collision, like because the back of your car is what hit, right?
No, it was the front. It was
that's terrifying. Yeah, man, your airbags didn't go off.
Yeah, no, it was basically like I was driving, going around a bend, and then I tapped on the brakes, and then all of a sudden it just goes. Like this is like the front of the car,
and then the front
hits
of the
car guardrail, and then my car spins along the shoulder, and then
How fast were you going?
I was going like 35 in like a 45.
Okay.
Not that fast. Yeah. But it sucked. I mean, like I had no control, and it totaled the car. And the cops came. They took the car like off the road immediately.
So what did you do with the car? Did you just send it to a scrapyard or something?
So it went to the scrapyard, and we got a hold of the insurance. I got good money for the car to pay for another car, and the Honda Civic that I had.
Now you have a real car. Subaru.
Yeah, I have a Subaru, a 2013 Subaru Impreza, and it's nice. It's a good car. It runs very smoothly. The only problem that I'm having is like it's like the starter issue.
That shouldn't be much.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
I mean, when I had my WRX, that's by far my favorite car I've ever owned. I love Subarus so much. I want to get. The thing is, like, I sold that car just because I tore my ACL and like pressing on the clutch. Like, even once my knee healed, like, when I was driving to like Montclair or something, or driving far distance, if I was like stopping a lot, braking, pressing on the clutch a lot, like, it just killed the inside of my knee. It felt like it was on fire. So the thing is, I would love to have a WRX again, or but like the thing is, you're a bitch if you don't drive manual.
Oh, okay.
And it's not like I don't know how to drive manual. Yeah. I know how to drive manual. I just like it hurts.
Yeah, I got it.
So I think my next car, when I buy a brand new car for the first time, it's gonna be an Impreza, because that's pretty much Imprezas are pretty much WRXs just without the turbo in it.
Yeah.
So
and
does it have all-wheel drive?
Yes, it has all-wheel drive.
That's what I love. That's what I miss the most.
Yeah, but the car before that was Scott's car.
Yeah, you got the same car as Scott. Yeah. I don't know how you didn't know that.
Well, so then I was able to keep my Honda Civic, my 2009 Honda Civic, and but like it was totaled, but we're fixing it right now to give it to my sister.
You're fixing it? How are you fixing a totaled car?
It's like you
have to get like that special certificate to let someone know that it was totaled, right?
It's barely like it's considered totaled, but it's like barely like it's fixable though.
How much is it costing to fix it?
The only thing is, if the airbag's deployed, then that's where you would have the issue.
Yeah.
But the airbags didn't deploy.
That scares me though. That tells me something's wrong with the airbags. If you were going 35 and crashed head on, and no airbags deployed, there's probably something wrong with them.
Maybe, but so we're fixing it right now. We're thinking about giving it to my sister or selling it.
Do you know how much it's going to cost?
Yeah, I think it was 2,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you go to resell it, I think you're going to have to get like a salvage title or something like that. I think there's like...
I think so.
I think there's some kind... When a car's totaled and you decide to go and fix it, I think you have to get like a salvage title. And
I think so. I don't really know much about cars really, but no, like that's like the plan. And then we were car searching, and then we found this Subaru Legacy, black Subaru Legacy that looks exactly like Scott's car.
It's the same car. Scott has a Subaru Legacy. Yours was just a few years older than Scott's.
And I had no idea. I mean, like I don't know
how you don't know.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to people's cars. I know like that's like something that people do. People match people like with their car. Like they're like if someone sees a car, they're like, oh, that's such and such. Oh, that's Tom. That's George. You know.
Oh well, whatever. I can do that. Like
I can do that too.
If I was driving and passed your old Honda Civic, I'd be like,
I don't think a black Subaru Legacy is like a car where it's like it catches your eye. You know.
I mean, I'm not like, oh, black Subaru Legacy. I'm just like, oh, black Subaru looks like Scott's car.
Yeah, no, so. I guess I really didn't pay attention to what Scott was driving. I ended up getting the same car as him. But then, luckily, for me, because I didn't want to get stuck with Scott's car, literally like about 2 hours of owning the car, check engine came on, right? Yeah, came on. Cruise control was on for some reason. There was no heat in the car. We were still in like the winter. It was still cold outside, so I'm like, I'm not getting stuck with a car with no heat. And so
what did you do?
There was
did you just
bring
it back to the dealership and they took it?
Yep. They want money for it because they got the title and whatever, but we literally sent them a message on Sunday when they couldn't have gotten the title because the DMV is not open on Sunday. So we sent a voicemail to them on Sunday. We called them on Sunday, left them a voicemail on Sunday, and then they supposedly it was like a really scummy place that we got it from. Supposedly they went on Tuesday to get the title when they had Sunday and Monday to read our voice or listen to our voicemail. So I think they just wanted money for the car because we signed a contract, like we signed something.
It's their fault for selling a shitty car.
Yeah, well, like in the fine print against them, it says that if there's any defect towards the car that has not been done by the user within a certain amount of time, you can give the car back totally. Yeah. So that's exactly what we did.
Where did you get this one from?
A better place. It was right outside of Philadelphia. I think Pennsylvania is the best place to buy cars. Don't buy any cars in northern New Jersey.
See, I have no problem buying cars from northern New Jersey. I just won't buy a car from a used dealership. Oh, okay. I think they're sketchy because...
Well, yeah. It was a used dealership, yeah.
What probably happened with the first car was there's ways that you can turn this check engine light off. You just reset the car, and then it will take usually about 50 miles or so for it to come back on. So like whenever I go, like if say my check engine light came on my car, say I take it to the mechanic and they're like, yeah, drive it around for like 20, 50 miles and see if it comes back on. And if it comes back on, that means there's still an issue. And if it doesn't, that means the issue's fixed. So
yeah,
that the used dealerships can do that where they just turn off all those lights or whatever. And then after you drove it for 50 miles, that's when they come on.
Yeah.
I'll buy from... I mean, I've bought and used cars, but I bought them from like a family friend that like I trusted.
Yeah, you can
that's
trust.
A mechanic. So like I've never had problems with those cars. But like if I were to buy another car, even if it was used, I'd go to a dealership. I'd go
a used car dealership. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go to like an actual because you can go to a Subaru dealership and buy a used car.
Oh yeah. I'll do that no problem in northern New Jersey. But if I'm talking about used car dealerships.
They just sketch me out.
Don't go to northern New Jersey. Go to Philadelphia. Or
I wouldn't even do down there. I don't trust them.
In Pennsylvania, I would say Pennsylvania.
I'm sure you can get lucky, but I feel like it's just a big risk. Yeah. Especially you got lucky with it being in the contract that you could return it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just risky.
But I was able to get a really nice Subaru Impreza. Drives very nicely. Has 110,000 miles on it. And
how much
has
did
a
you
sunroof.
Get it for?
I love sunroofs.
I never end up using mine. Whenever I have a car with a sunroof, I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I got it for 83.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Subarus hold their value really well too.
And yeah, I love sunroofs, man. I don't know. I just have to have a sunroof. It's air. I don't know. I
like air too. I can't be in like a place with stagnant air. Yeah. But like sunroofs, I just always forget about them.
What what do you mean like forget about them? Like
I just forget that I have it.
Oh, okay.
Like
whenever chance I get, that sunroof is opening, and I'm putting down all the windows. I don't use air conditioning.
I'm more of an air conditioning person too.
I can't do air.
Why?
I mean, air conditioning is good and all, but it's also I feel like it's like a waste of money. And like
they tested on MythBusters. It depends on the situation. I think it was your gas mileage is better with the AC on if you're going over 30 miles an hour. If you're going under 30 miles an hour, then the windows open is better because having your windows open ruins the aerodynamic factor of the car. It creates what's it called? Well, I can't think of the word.
Like a parachute effect? Or
it
makes you go like a slower.
Yeah, what's it called though? It's
And what was the verdict that they said?
It was something like if you're going, so say you're driving back roads and you're doing under 30 miles per hour, it's better to have your window open. Wind resistance, that's it.
Wind resistance, okay.
Yeah, so with your windows open, though, if you're going a certain speed, it creates such a wind resistance that it ends up chewing up more gas than if you have the AC on.
So if you're going over 30 miles per hour, you should have the AC
on. Yeah, you're saving money that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know. I just like it. I
don't like it when, especially if I'm on the highway, because it just ruins music.
Oh, I turn that shit up. I turn it up.
No, because even if you turn it up and say you can still hear it, it's like you hear the song. Like sing a song real fast.
I can't think of a song on the top of my head.
Think of a song, just a random song. You're the one that last time wanted to do like a singing thing.
Guess who's back?
Yeah, see? Like, that's what you hear. I can't stand that. So if I'm on a back road, I like having the windows open, I guess. But, like, I forget that I have a sunroof.
I don't know, dude. It's a different vibe for me. I like having the windows down, sunglasses up, sunny day, sunroof up, feeling the sun rays, touching your skin, having the music blared up to the, sky. And then, I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I'm rocking. I feel like I'm living. I feel like I'm getting natural air instead of AC, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I I like that. I like the sunroof, and it's a newer car. It's hatchback. I'm thinking about if I go on road trips, just sleeping in my car like I always do. But it's gonna be a lot better this time because I'll actually have like a little bit of a bed, in my car with the hatchback.
I fucking hate hatchbacks.
I mean,
I can't stand them. They look so stupid.
I don't really have a problem with cars as long as it's not white.
I don't even mind white. I don't mind the color of any car. Like I could drive in anything. I just can't. Hatchbacks to me look like, you know how if like there's like that when you think of a circus, you think of clowns, and like you know how there's like that like portrayal of like the
I think
small
of
car.
What's that car called? The Beetle? Beetle?
No. The Bug.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think about clown cars.
No, when I think of clown, well, here's the thing. I think like you know how it's like a miniature car that holds a lot of people or a lot of clowns and they all come popping out. I think when I think of hatchbacks, I think of clown car minivans, like a combination of the two.
Okay, because like
you're driving a minivan, but it's a miniature minivan.
But hatchbacks aren't really buggy though.
Well, no,
but we're talking about like a mixture. If it was like a minivan,
it's like a small minivan. It's like you're driving a minivan. I'm not a mom. I don't want to drive a minivan.
I don't know. I don't see minivan. I see Paul Walker in Fast and Furious 4.
The thing is, I don't mind Subaru. I don't mind Subaru hatchbacks as much as I mind like. Do you remember? I feel like kids in high school used to drive them all the time. Those like Volkswagen, what was it, GTI or something? Mm-hmm. Those really looked like minivans to me. They were so ugly.
Yeah. Well, let's see what it looks like.
So ugly.
What is it?
I think it was Volkswagen GTI.
Volkswagen GTI. You think that's a minivan?
Let me say what you're looking at.
Oh, that's a 2021. What year would
probably
you say?
Like an older one. Search
like a 2011 or 2009 maybe?
Try 2009. See what it looks like. Go to images too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a minivan to me.
Yeah. 2009 Volkswagen GTI does kind of look like a minivan.
Doesn't it? It looks like a miniature minivan. It's so ugly.
Yeah, but that's not my car though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, all hatchbacks to me look like minivans just because of the shape.
So,
but there's some that are worse than others.
That my hatchback is okay because it's a Subaru.
It makes it better that it's a Subaru. I'm still gonna make fun of you just as much as I make fun of Matt for his.
Is Matt's a Subaru?
Yeah, his is a Subaru WRX. Subaru Impreza WRX hatchback. Stupid blueberry.
I don't think you should make fun of people, Morgan. You're gonna get yourself canceled.
I'm okay with making fun of people.
Can we talk about how...
Especially friends. If you can't make fun of your friends, like that's not real. You know how people always say like if you don't like bust your friend's chops, like you guys aren't real friends.
Yeah.
Like I feel that way. Yeah. Like if I was afraid,
you should be comfortable to saying anything to your friends.
Yeah.
Well.
Like obviously there's like a limit,
but like know what to say.
Yeah,
you should know. I mean, like that makes you like good friends. Is that you know what to say?
Yeah,
and what you
and there's
say.
like a difference between like being an asshole and like picking on each other. Yeah. Like joking around about your car looking like a minivan. Like that's not. Yeah, no, like that's just fine. Like that's joking around. But like if you were to be like, I don't know,
like a racial thing.
Yeah, then obviously that's not okay at all.
Yeah. I mean, like I get stereotypical many times, but I don't necessarily get racial where it's like to the point where I make fun of somebody in a way that it will hurt them, you know? So, yeah, that's just me. Like I get stereotypical with my friends. Yeah. And I feel like I can be, you know? But you got to know your audience. You got to know who can handle it and who can't.
Or like I call you a tool all the time because you're a tool. Like I should...
I mean, I disagree, but I mean, that's not something that I will be offended about.
Yeah.
But yeah, can we talk about how dumb this canceling thing is? I mean, I feel like we're gonna get like some pushback from it, but I don't know. I think I think people should be accountable for a few things, but I mean, taking away, Pepe Le Pew off of Space Jam 2, why are we canceling cartoon characters?
Why did Pepe Le Pew?
Because Pepe Le Pew is the guy, is like the skunk.
Yeah, but why did he get canceled? I only heard the bunny got canceled because
her tits.
Yeah, because it wasn't like showing positive female body
image or something like that. Yeah, but I mean, even that's dumb. But Pepe Le Pew is the skunk who is always like touching women and smelling them.
Oh yeah.
And,
see, I can kind of understand
getting
that.
rapey, in a way. But like you can understand that even though it's a cartoon character. I mean, Johnny Bravo was the same thing. Would we want to cancel Johnny Bravo? Johnny Bravo was probably even worse.
Oh yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
But like, would we cancel Johnny Bravo?
I don't think you should like cancel. I think we should frown upon it. I guess like, I don't know. Like Johnny Bravo, I remember like thinking when I was younger, like he's a creepy dude.
I don't know.
But like at the same time,
some people thought that he was a cool dude. Like he was cool.
If you think he's a cool dude, which I think you do, by the way you're looking at me, you're a tool. I think Johnny Bravo wasn't like encouraging that behavior. I think it was making fun of that behavior.
I think he was.
That's how I took it. It was like a parody, I guess, of like a tool.
Yeah.
So you are a tool because you thought it was cool.
No, I saw him as somebody who was pretending to be a tool, but he knows deep down inside that he is a dork and a loser. Well,
that's what most tools are. Most tools are just insecure about themselves, so they like overcompensate by being a tool.
I mean, but like I think deep down, like how I pictured Johnny Bravo was that he deep down understood that he was a dork, and he felt that he needed to, pretend to be like a cool dude, to impress girls and make girls like him. But I feel like he has a problem accepting himself.
Well, you're still a tool, but yeah, I think that's like the root of people being a tool.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a lot of. I think that there's.
You're empathetic towards him, but that doesn't change the fact that he's a tool.
I mean, yeah, he is a tool.
He's a tool,
but like, I mean, I think he's a funny tool. I think like what he does
that's the point of it.
Dumb and stupid. Like,
yeah, that's the point of it. You make fun of it. That's what the show was. The show was making fun of that persona that people have. That tool persona. It was a parody.
Yeah, but I think he was a lot worse than Pepe Le Pew was.
I'm sure, yeah.
I think, and I
mean, I don't remember Pepe Le Pew too much.
Why are we having this conversation? That's a cartoon, I mean,
and it's not like a cartoon that's still out and aired.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's kind of wasted energy.
Yeah.
To me. Mm-hmm. So that's I mean, it is too. I don't care too much though, because
I think there's other things that we have to worry about in this country.
There's better things to focus on. I don't think that really does anything.
I mean, like I can be saying cartoon, and you can say that. Oh yeah, I mean, like there's like dark ass cartoons like Rick and Morty that will probably go to an extreme limit.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some things that I don't necessarily agree with in Rick and Morty, but I wouldn't go to the extent of canceling them.
I don't like the idea of censoring.
I don't like the idea of censoring either. I think that if you don't like something,
just don't watch it.
Like avoid it. If Rick and Morty does say something that's like racial and like and like prejudice and like just absolutely insane, like saying like the N-word or something like that, and probably like hating on it as well too. Like I mean that that shouldn't
limits.
be aired.
Exactly, that shouldn't be allowed to be aired.
I mean there's definitely limits to things. But to cancel Rick and Morty for something because they have dark humor in their shows and they make fun of a bunch of people and they just get stereotypical.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that that's really enough. I don't think that's enough to cancel.
There was something where people on TikTok were trying to cancel Eminem.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's dumb, too. I mean,
I saw it was because of the song Love the Way You Lie with Rihanna, because it was about domestic violence. But, like...
It's real shit. It's real shit that happens. Why are we censoring that stuff? Why are we not informing the public that things happen? Like, if anything, I get a sense of awareness of things like that. I think it's like being aware that domestic violence is happening. I don't think it's encouraging or promoting.
Yeah, if Eminem was like domestic violencing, domestically abusing someone and like rapping about it in a proud manner, like he's supporting it, then I get it. But like at the same time, I don't know if you should cancel him. Like I don't think he should not have a right to feel that way. I think it's just people should boycott his music, I guess. Like just like I'm not listening to it then.
Just don't like just avoid it as much as you can. I don't necessarily think that canceling and censorship is the way to go. I think honestly if we're looking at it in a constitutional way,
freedom of speech kind of way.
Freedom of speech, I think it's just unconstitutional to do that. And I don't think Pepe Le Pew really has done anything that, really has done anything to get him canceled. I think it's just making fun of the fact that, guys are out there and they, get a little handsy, a little touchy. And it's making fun of the idea, Like I've said before, Robert Downey Jr., he blackfaced in Tropic Thunder, but really, like, the thing is that he did that to show how wrong it is to blackface. They
were making fun of that being a thing. It wasn't supporting it.
Yeah, but people
that hasn't gotten canceled yet, though. I'm very surprised.
It wasn't canceled, but people were throwing a lot of shade towards Robert Downey Jr.
I didn't hear that much shade getting thrown at him. I was waiting for it.
There was shade. There was shade thrown on Robert Downey Jr. about him being blackface in Tropic Thunder. But the thing is, there's a message in that movie where he talks about how wrong it is to be like how movies will have black faces. Yeah. It's just that idea. And Pepe Le Pew, I think it's just awareness of how wrong it is to, be like how frowned upon it is to be, touching on a woman who doesn't like
reciprocate that feeling. Exactly. I think the counter argument there would be though that some people don't understand that it's a parody and they're making fun of the character and being like, this is what losers do. I think a lot of, like you said with Johnny Bravo, like you felt empathetic towards him. Yeah. Whereas I was someone that was like, wow, this is making fun of an idiot and a tool. So I feel like that's their fear because some people grow up thinking like that's cool. Yeah, some people might think Pepe Le Pew was cool, so they're trying to cancel it and avoid that.
Look at the character though. It's a skunk.
Well, yeah, but some people don't like have the awareness to like put the puzzle pieces together. Some people just
when I was younger, what Johnny Bravo was doing, I saw it was wrong, and
Did you, or did you think he was cool? You just said you thought he was cool.
I just thought that he was like a cool person, like outside of the fact of flirting with women and touching women. There was other things about Johnny Bravo, like Johnny Bravo was doing dumb shit, like he was doing other dumb shit.
Yeah,
and that's what I thought was cool about him and funny.
What else is
I think it's funny more so of it being cool. That's what I really mean.
What else has been canceled?
I think the show was cool.
Yeah.
What
else has been canceled though? I'm trying to find stuff that has recently been canceled.
Lola Bunny's tits.
Yeah. I know Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima were, which I still don't understand that one because
Mr. Potato Head.
Oh yeah, Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, because of why?
Because I guess you shouldn't assume the gender, I guess. But why can't you just have Mr. Potato? They already did have that. Why didn't they just do Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head? That doesn't make sense to me.
Why is Potato Head offensive? Hasbro created confusion Thursday when it announced that it would drop the Mr. from the brand's name in order to be more inclusive to all could feel welcome in the Potato Head world. So it was a Hasbro decision made.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't actually get canceled. Yeah. I don't think there was pressure put on him, but I think they were trying to prevent that from ever being a future thing and be more inclusive.
But I mean, I don't get it dumb.
I don't get it though.
What's the point of doing that? Everyone knows him as Mr. Potato Head,
and it's not like there's only a Mr. Potato Head though. Too you can get a Mrs. Potato Head. So
yeah,
I don't get it.
It's
Unless like their thing now is they're selling like saying just potato head and you get both like pieces to put on so you could have Mr. or Mrs., which would make sense because then you wouldn't sell it as Mr. Potato Head if there's also feminine.
So like what are we not going to start calling people Mr. this, Mrs. that? Like
I don't know. I doubt that.
Is that the future of society?
I don't think so. I think people who just want other people to be cautious of using pronouns around certain people.
Yeah, but if we're going to the extent where we're, saying that we can no longer call Mr. Potato Head, that's kind of telling me that, a few years, probably like 20 or 30 years down the road, it might be frowned upon to call somebody Mr. or Mrs.
Maybe. I don't see it going that way, but it's possible. I found that thing that you sent that had all the things that were canceled.
Oh, yeah.
So then there was the Redskins became the football team.
I mean, like that's all right. I mean,
yeah, I don't really care about that. The Cleveland Indians. I think they're still the Indians, but I think they're planning on getting that changed.
It's Cleveland Indian.
I thought the Cleveland Indians logo was far more offensive than the Redskins logo.
Why? Why would you say that?
Look, that's kind of like a parody, like making fun of, whereas the Redskins
it's like a serious,
realistic.
Yeah.
Then Paw Patrol, because when the George Floyd incident happened, they canceled the.
Why though? I mean, there's a thing called cops. There's
that I don't understand because like I understand in that moment like people viewed cops as bad, and I do think there's bad cops out there, but I think there's also good cops out there. So if you have like a Paw Patrol character that's a cop and it's like you show him doing everything the right way, then I feel like that could teach younger kids like what if you want to become a cop one day, what you should be like. Whereas just removing it kind of creates that disconnect. So I don't completely get that one.
Yeah.
Though I mean I understand it due to sensitivity reasons.
Yeah, I mean I don't.
People were very upset with the police, understandably at that time. So I feel like that's why.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just like a quick response to what had happened.
Yeah, I guess so. What else was there? Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben.
Because
I don't know why.
No, it's.
I mean, I'm assuming because it portrayed a person of color, I guess, and used their image to make money. But weren't they the people that had a role in making the company?
Mars rebrands Uncle Ben's to remove inequities associated with rice product. Parent company Mars pledged to rebrand the product in June amid intensifying scrutiny over racially insensitive products as Black Lives Matter movement found its voice sparked by the death of George Floyd. Called Ben's Original, as owners Mars announced a new name for the 70-year-old brand they claim will help put an end to racial injustice in wake of George Floyd.
I don't understand that though, because isn't it portraying a successful person of color?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I would understand it if it was like making a mockery almost.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it because how did that company was it started by a white person and they just used
Mars was started by
but was Mars I think Mars bought Uncle Ben's, but I don't think they started it.
Yeah, no. According to Mars, Uncle Ben was an African-American rice grower known for the quality of his rice. Gordon L. Harrell, an entrepreneur who had supplied rice to the armed forces in World War II, chose the name Uncle Ben's as means to expand his marketing efforts to the general public.
So maybe that's why, because it was because when I think of it, I thought of it as like honoring him, like for being like
a successful rice grower.
Yeah. But maybe it's because they did it with the purpose of marketing rather than honoring that it got canceled. I'm not sure.
But they're still calling it Ben's Original. So they're not putting his face on it. It's probably what it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're probably not putting his face on it.
And then what about Aunt Jemima?
Aunt Jemima.
What was? Because I always thought Aunt Jemima was like a real person that started the company and like made the syrup. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I never looked too much into it.
Aunt Jemima brand to change name, remove image and name after racial backlash. Forbes. Here we go. PepsiCo on Tuesday unveiled a new name and logo for Aunt Jemima, the pancake mix and syrup brand that for decades featured a caricature of black women on the packaging after a surge of criticism amid the national reckoning over racism that followed the death of George Floyd last year. The brand will be called Pearl Milling Company, named for the original Missouri business that in 1889 introduced an instant pancake mix under the Aunt Jemima name. While the recipes will remain unchanged, the products will be packaged in the familiar red boxes. The name and image of Aunt Jemima character will no longer be used.
So was Aunt Jemima a real person ever? Because like Uncle Ben was a real person, so that's why it's like confusing. Because to me, it's like honoring Uncle Ben for being a good rice grower. But if Aunt Jemima was never a real person and they like just made it up, then I can kind of understand that. I can really understand that.
It says the image reportedly based on a minstrel show character.
So
minstrel show character did not reflect our core values, according to a statement posted in the Aunt Jemima website Tuesday. Yeah, so I guess she was a character in a show.
So I can understand that then. That one, I understand that one more than the Uncle Ben one. Because Uncle Ben was a real person, and it was kind of like,
yeah, but I mean, it's not like they're like making fun of Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I mean,
they're naming a brand, a whole brand, but like after a black woman.
Yeah, but I guess it's using an image of a black woman to market your product, and it's not like a black-owned company.
Unless if like it was to, like, I don't know anything about Aunt Jemima.
I don't either.
I don't know anything about the show.
See, with Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima, I just always assumed that they were the people that created the company.
Yeah.
But that was assumptions. I never really looked into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really agree with the cancel culture if it's going into this kind of extent.
I think that certain cancel culture can be good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a lot
of growth and like I guess motivating people to grow and change, but I think there's some where it creates a disconnect and I guess like a combative view of cancel culture, whereas people like get angry about it because of the few times that it goes too far, and then there's people that appreciate it because the one that I didn't agree with is that girl that from The Mandalorian. I mean, I didn't look too much into it, but my understanding of it was she got fired from The Mandalorian because she posted pro-Trump tweets.
Yeah.
So like even whether you agree or disagree with her politically, I don't think that someone should not be able to have a job for their political views. So even if I don't agree with her, so why? Like, I don't agree with her, but I don't think that's a reason for her to get canceled.
Or, like, lose her job, basically.
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to have your opinions, but I feel like at the same time, the company's looking at it as we're going to lose a lot of fans because of this, because a lot of people aren't okay with you having other political views.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't...
So maybe they did it from a monetary standpoint.
I mean, like, this nation was, created by, freedom of speech.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing to have freedom of speech, because I feel like once you, like, because in Nazi Germany, that's what happened. Like, they censored people, and, like, only certain things were allowed to be published, and, like, I'm not saying America's anywhere close to that at all, because we're not, but, like, it's kind of like a gateway to it. If you start it, like, it can just keep slowly growing and growing. That's what scares me, and I could be completely wrong. Maybe it does have an endpoint. Yeah. But, like, just, like, I guess that extreme possibility of an extreme like that scares me. Yeah. Or makes me nervous.
History is bound to repeat itself a lot of times.
Yeah, you're supposed to learn from history.
Exactly. That's why history is important. That's why we have it in our education systems, is to prevent, bad things to happen again. Yep. But, hopefully this, country goes into the right direction, and I don't necessarily think that this is a direction that we should be going. But
I think there's a balance. I think there's a way to make both sides happy.
Yeah,
I think there
so
should
too.
be some canceling.
I think I like I'm okay with canceling.
Yeah.
But I think we should
cancel someone for having different political views to
Yeah.
me is like going too far, because that's kind of where it gets like Germany, Nazi Germany, is when like people weren't allowed to disagree with the Nazis.
Yeah.
And if you did, it was canceled. And so that's like, that kind of scares me a bit,
Yeah.
that extent, or it going to that extent. But maybe it isn't a political reason. Maybe they fired her for that, but with the intentions of not losing fans due to it.
I just think it's dumb that we're canceling cartoon characters that are not really clearly showing it. Like, I don't think that they're explicit enough. It's not showing as much detail.
You don't think there's
I don't think Pepe Le
significant
Pew is significant enough. I don't think it's explicit enough. I don't think Johnny Bravo is explicit enough. I don't think, I mean, to remove the Mr. Potato Head name, I mean,
that I don't know enough about.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, what happens if we turn right back around and say, and
the thing
and
with
say,
the potato head,
what's wrong with Mr. What's wrong with Mrs.
But the thing with the potato head, that the reason why it doesn't bother me is because
it doesn't bother me. I think it's just I don't think we should be going to that direction. I think there's more things that we need to
But the thing
out.
is, though, I would probably think that too if it was they got pressured into changing it. But it was the company that did it on their own.
Yeah.
They decided to do it. They have the freedom to do that if they see fit, if they think it's going to be better for them as a company. So I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I think I would care a little bit more
Yeah.
if they had gotten pressured and people were like, cancel this company because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But since that didn't happen, it doesn't bother me at all or worry me at all.
I get that. Paw Patrol, I don't know. I think it's dumb.
I think people were very emotional at that time. Understandably, it was a very emotional situation and scary situation. So, I mean, at that time, I understand it a bit.
Yeah, it sounded like.
I don't think it does much good. I think there's other areas to focus on that are way more important. But people were emotional, and maybe it felt like a small victory to people.
What do you think the next thing is going to be canceled? Do you have any forecast? Who do you think is going to get canceled next? What cartoon character do you think is going to get canceled next? What brand do you think is going to get canceled next? Because I just think that we're going on a cancel spree right now.
I don't even know. I can't think of anything that's like worthy of getting canceled.
I mean,
right
Johnny
now.
Bravo hasn't been canceled yet. Technically.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, not yet. But I can see him getting canceled.
I feel like that's a tougher one because it hasn't been on air for so long.
I feel like a lot of those like ones that haven't been on air for so long, I think they're gonna be.
I think people
canceled.
pull up clips and they're like, "How the hell did we ever like allow this on TV?" But I don't think there's like you can't cancel something that was already canceled off of television a long time ago.
What about that wolf in the Roadrunner? Remember the wolf?
Why would he get canceled?
The beep beep thing.
Yeah, why would he get canceled?
Because
he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked, but it was violent. It was a violent show.
No, I don't think that.
I don't think that either. But I mean,
no, I don't think that'll get canceled. Is what I'm saying.
But like seeing how violent.
It's not on air anymore. The show was already canceled. You can't cancel something that's already been canceled.
I mean, Pepe Le
Pew's coming back because they have the new Space Jam. That's why people are canceling him.
I mean, that's in the same family, that Wolf and Roadrunner.
So if they came up with a movie or plan to re-release that show, then maybe. But I don't.
Or they'll probably not have the Wolf on there. But
I don't see them ever doing that. Whereas Space Jam, they had been planning on making a new Space Jam for really long time.
Yeah, but Pepe Le Pew was supposed to be on there.
Yeah, that's why he got canceled though, because the show
Wolf guy is going to be. Oh well, I guess if he's not planned to be there, then
I don't think he was planned to be there. Was he in the first one?
He was.
Was he?
Yeah,
I don't remember him being in the first one.
I'm pretty sure he did something. No, yeah, he like sent one of the monsters up to the sky with one of the rockets. I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I know, but he was definitely in there.
I just got the weirdest cramp in my hand where like my finger was like stuck closed. I was like really worried for a second. I was like, what is happening?
You need that.
But I'm good now. It was so weird. I guess I'm dehydrated. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, we need water.
No, I'm good.
We have water upstairs.
I'm good.
Okay, well that does it with episode 17 or 18. Not sure which one it is. It's been a long time, but we're happy to be back doing our podcast weekly. We'll probably do bi-weekly. We'll probably do it whenever we have the chance, whenever we know what our script is, what we want to talk about, and whenever guests can get on. So that does it. Everybody have a great night, and we are happy to be back on the show. Have a good night. Bye.